I don't care, one of us needs to do it. On to this one, you get that one ready. Second visit.
Come Mike. Oh, Blues.
Yellow balls in play.
That's a darn good question.
20 seconds.
Thanks, Stacey. 20 seconds.
Come on. Come on.
20 seconds.
Come on.
Come Greenie. Come Mike.
On Greenie.
Come Blues.
On a Blues. Shot Greenie.
Shot Greenie.
Good hit, Mike.
Come Greenie.
Come on. Come on, mate. Come on, inside.
20 seconds.
Come on. Good hit, mate.
Seconds.
Come on.
20
Touch him. Play ball's frozen.
Come on, mate. Still like 20 seconds.
Seconds.
Come on, Glenn. Go, Bruce.
20 seconds. Second visit.
Come on, mate.
Come on, Mike.
Shot, mate.
Come on, Glenn. Come on, Glenn. Come on, Bruce.
I'm Glenn.
Come on, Bruce.
Seconds.
Come on, mate.
Come on, Mike.
Hey, good shot, mate. Sorry. Over there, come on. Come on, Stace. There he's That's a shot, buddy. Come on. Come on, Stace. I'm going.
Glenn.
Second visit.
Go on, Stace. Good in, Glenn. Okay, time. Red ball and play. Seconds.
Good afternoon, viewers. Thought I'd pop on and do a little bit of Masters commentary for a bit of a change. And don't know if people watched the SA Vic match last night, but if you didn't watch that match for some unknown reason, go back and have a look at it. It was sick. One of the best matches you'll ever watch. Some of the greatest shot making you'll ever see. And a pleasure to be a part of.
Yeah, seconds. And with the remaining.
So a lot of these guys will have been playing pool for quite some time, being the Masters. They have a lot of experience, cagey players. And we've got Michael Swift at the table that's closest to me, so I've got to be a little quiet. It's hard to be quiet when you've got the Vic v New South Wales girls in the background. Obviously going to be quite loud in support. And that is a foul. John Bagnall, actually, I think he's playing in the Open New South Wales team as well, so he's got a lot of pull under his belt this week. That's a beautiful shot there.
1 visit remaining.
And you will see a lot of this style of pull in the Masters, where it's more, I guess, your sort of traditional pocket blocking sort of stuff. And look, a simple reason for that is a lot of these guys have been playing for a really long time, and obviously there's been a rule set change through the course of the way they've played, and you know, they may not have the you know, the same level that they may have played at a younger year. Obviously, everybody with age deteriorates in skill level. It's just unavoidable. And so they have to resort to, you know, a bit of an old school game. Nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, you're still doing what you can to win.
One visit remaining.
And Grant Weekly has actually played fairly recently in the SA Open team, so he can't be much into his 50s. He's got to be probably right on or just a touch over. And we've even got Alec Everinalis playing in the Masters as well, and if you don't know that name, then you've never watched 8-ball. Feels weird watching Alec playing Masters because he's still playing the Open team and he's very competitive.
20 seconds.
Your yellows are in good control here on the right side table, just because that red is extremely inaccessible. It's very hard to put it deeper in the pocket without fouling and potting your red. And obviously there's a yellow there that will plant onto and blast the red out, so it's not ideal. That shot needs to be more centred to the table. That he's actually killed it in the back rail. We may see a deliberate foul here. Swifty might just say, you know what, while there's two yellows are in big trouble, I may just commit the foul now since I'm in all sorts of strife. Still very gettable pot out if he does foul, but it might be his best chance. He's going to play the same shot as he played before, side cushion into the red, but I don't think this helps advance his position in the frame. Oh, he's hit it direct, and actually good. That's a very veteran shot. He's left him off the yellows, but it still doesn't really advance his position in the frame, and that's what you need to look at in this sort of situations when you are in a bit of trouble. He's in stay alive mode at the moment, and that right there, that's not a good shot either. It's killed another yellow. This is the time. This is the time to pot this red with the yellows. Oh, sorry. Got to be quiet, sorry. You're either going to do that or you're just going to blast it. No, he's underhit that a bit, obviously. That's the problem. He still hasn't advanced his position. Anyway, on the other table, has developed a little more. And a bit of smotherage there on yellows. Don't know if that helps really. Oh, a lovely positional attempt there from John. So decent chance for Grant, but positional shot after this one. Oh, he's played the safety. So the positional transition would have required a good shot. But says, you know what? Here, have a snooker. Yes, I am Victorian by saying that how great that match was last night, but even if I was South Australian, I still would have said that was a great match last night, because it truly was. It was an excellent match. It was high quality. They ran a lot of racks at the start of the match to put us really under an enormous amount of pressure. And even if we had have lost that match the opposite way, 13-11, I still would have said that was a great match. So it was absolutely no bias in that comment. It was just simply one of the best matches to be a part of. And this frame on the right has just become a very, very big clustery pocket.
20 seconds.
Might be going to pull the trigger. Oh, he's got a foul snooker. Oh, never mind, that frame's over. Oh, look at this shot. Bit of trick shots there from John. And SA 3-0. This shot for a chance to go 3-1.
Seconds.
He's left the door open though. And a good angle here for Grant to play the ball at the top end of the table and screw back or play more. The angle looks more of a forced stun. As long as he can get pretty straight on the ball that's sticking away from the rail. And that is a good, he's actually overhit it. Actually overhit it by a fair bit. This is a bit trickier now. That's a good shot from Grant. Would love the white to have been tucked on the right side rail, just so this couldn't be flicked in with some right hand side, because not sure if it's touching the cushion or not, but if it is, you can flick this in with some right hand side. It's a tough shot to play though, you've got to play it perfect. And he's opted across table instead. Very gettable but also very missable at the same time, because you're relying perfect on catching the right angle. And he's fouled. I'll tell you what, SA's sent over a pretty decent side this year. Stacey Vine in the team as well is also playing in the open team. And superstar player. And as I said, Grant Weekly's no dud. And Peter Kennedy, he's a very good player as well. Michael Phillips, I think it might be his first appearance. Actually, Michael Phillips in the Masters, good on you. And Swifty's been around since the war. And Paul Edwards as well, he's a very solid player. So it's a pretty hard team to beat in my opinion. I haven't even looked at the ladder, but they've got to be up there. I'll tell you one of the things I'm enjoying about the pool at the moment. There's a lot of very competitive teams this year. There's a really good blend of age and youth as well, which is great for all states involved. It means they've still got their veterans doing the business, but you've got your younger guys coming through, which is healthy. Good for the sport moving into the future. And it's also very good for the young players to get to play with the more experienced players, to have them under the wing of those better players to learn the ropes, so to speak. Helps move forward, culture of your state. I mean, for example, Victoria and SA have a real huge rivalry culture, which will probably never disappear, because as new people come through from each state, it's actually ingrained into them by the experienced players. Hey, where you're from SA and Victoria is the enemy. We are competitive with those guys. We're friends off the table, but on the table we are absolutely competitors, and it's more so than other states. And we've always had that rivalry, and it's actually the most enjoyable part of playing at national level is that rivalry. I'm not sure who LO84242 is. I'm 43. I've still got a few years under my belt before I hit the Masters. By the time I hit the Masters, all these blokes have been their walkers, so they won't be playing anymore. But I like to actually think I'm one of the rare dudes that is getting better with age, which is a little weird. But then again, I was never at the level of a lot of these guys as well, so.
Yellow in play.
Nice transition there to the red, just underhit it. Had he have hit that at the right pace, would have bounced off bottom cushion and had a very nice shot at that red. As it stands, pretty good white. Tough spot for yellows here. And Chris Snare's been playing pool for a long time too, has represented the Open ACT side a number of times. No stranger to the game. And as I said, I could be wrong, but I think this is Michael Phillips' first Nationals. May have represented Masters before in the past, not sure. Oh, Dan's actually just brought the ladder up for me as well. So South Australia and Victoria tied on, and Tassie are all tied, top spot on the ladder. A couple of games clear on Queensland, so this is actually New South Wales a fair way down, so important match obviously for SA to consolidate their position on the ladder.
Seconds.
Still a tough spot for yellows here on the right side table, and Chris just looking to potentially close out this frame now and get another one on the board, or get a frame on the board, sorry, for New South Wales. For some reason I thought they won the last one. Queensland are sitting fourth on the ladder on 10 points, so, and they've got one match clear on ACT, New South Wales and Northern Territory following up behind them, so they're in the four.
20 seconds.
Oh, okay, so this is actually Michael's second or third Nationals, so I apologise for that.
20 seconds.
But I'm not sure how far they are in the Masters. I mean, we're pretty much at the halfway mark in the Open, and lots can change. Lots can change. It's amazing how much things change in the second week. A lot of people settle, they adapt, start playing the better pool. It's a lovely shot. Problem was, position on the black was never going to be obtained. So, interesting to see what the... Oh, actually, this might cut to the bottom left. It's very thin, but I think the good thing for him is the white will crash straight into the yellow just below the black on the right side. The white will, I don't reckon the white will move a hell of a lot, but the yellow certainly might fly around the table, so... Big shot coming up this. What a lovely shot. Just needs a little bit of luck with these yellows, and he's got it. And that's a very good black from Chris Snare there, and New South Wales are on the board. That is a, you won't see a much better black than that. He's given it all. He's obviously given it plenty, but he's decided to cue it in. I don't blame him. So this man on screen now on the left, he won't be unfamiliar to most. Alec Everett, that's a really smart shot. He's played the double kiss deliberately. Oh, that shot, folks. One for the Chris Snare highlight reel.
Seconds.
They would almost play two rails here. Left side, right side into the red. Try and block off the one in the middle.
Fouled.
Now it'd be interesting to see if Alec actually decides to run the yellow down the rail straight up and then use his two to finish, or whether he just pots this one that he's closest to, because it is a little inaccessible to most pockets.
20 seconds.
Yep, opts to eliminate that tricky-ish ball. So this ball down the rail will be the last ball now. I think it'd be in Alex's advantage as well to set it over the hole and then play the positional shot on the black afterwards, because he'll be able to head left side of the table really simply. So there we go, another veteran, Stacey Vine. Heaps of people won't know who Stacey Vine is because he's actually from England. But he's a multiple world champion, played for England in the teams. And already in the chat, let's talk about Robbo's. It's actually the red, I reckon you're talking about, Jody, not the black, although the black was probably harder because it's really hard to play a big shot and then play another big shot straight afterwards because the adrenaline's really pumping. I guarantee there will be a better red than that sometime in the future, but it would not surprise me if the man that plays it is Robbo again. He, in my opinion, is the only person in the country that would have got that shot. And it just makes this Adelaide Assault match between Robbo and James all the more exciting. And what's actually really funny is Robbo hasn't even hit his straps yet in the teams. He's actually just starting to get there. He's been struggling. But yeah, no, he's looking good now, and this has been pretty clinical from Alec. Nice finish. Oh, a little stiff there for Stacey. I don't think he might have the cut on this point of the hole still. White will be tricky to control though. It will fly a bit, but might be able to put some right hand side on it and head up the top end of the table and just get himself a shot on that yellow. But the transition, depending on where he lands, could be tricky. No, he did try and pot that. I'll tell you what, he held the white pretty well there too. I think the angle going back to the last yellow though was probably not correct to make it easy. Would have had to pick the gap between all those reds and play maybe for the middle. That would have been a tough shot. Shame we don't get to see him play because it would have been fun to see. But now it's Glenn's turn. And a good chance here. I think the trickiest ball's one on the bottom cushion here. I think Broken Hill is in New South Wales, so yes. Actually, yes, Dax Wasley loves to talk about Broken Hill. That's where he's from, and that was his justification for playing New South Wales last year. Might be able to slip between the red and the yellow here and get on this bottom ball. Oh, he stunned it. Big cut this. Can play it with an element of safety where at pocket weight, so if he does happen to miss it, he'll go over the pocket. Or you could just knock it in like it was just over the hole and keep shooting. Very good shot. Another big shot though here for Glenn. It's a tricky cut to the bottom left or even to the bottom right. Going to screw. Lovely pot, but he's just lost the white again. It's amazing how you lose the white once and it just gets worse and worse. You can't quite play that recovery shot. It does have a pot on it though, I do believe. Sometimes that's all you care about. Here we go. Oh, he was snookered. And that's an unfortunate result too, to find the white. And I can promise you that Stacey will make no error here. One thing I've seen about Stacey Vine's game is when the balls are there to commit to, rarely makes many errors. It's actually got a really nice fluent action as well, I've noticed. Doesn't do anything special or, you know, like noteworthy, so to speak. Just gets down, nice fluent action, gets through the ball nice. Good
20
cueist.
seconds.
Nice pause there as well, you've seen his action. Just a very, very good cueist. Yeah, no, Mike Ballum's a WA guy. Not sure what the story is there for the New South Wales. Must have been invited to the barbecue. I'm just kidding, guys. Oh, you got the pull stat up now, Dan, scrolling across the top. Got it all happening?
20 seconds.
And a big lead here for SA. New South Wales. Me. New South Wales need frames and they need them now if they want to get back in this match. But as I said, this SA side's pretty strong and pretty relentless in its lineup. You're just running into great player after great player. It's a pretty tough gig. Good break there from Grant. And I reckon yellows, myself. Yellows, providing just one, the yellow that's just to the left of the black, does pass to the bottom left, and I reckon it does just by looking at the shadows of the balls.
20
I
seconds.
think that shows enough gap. So I'll be surprised if he says anything other than yellows.
Foul, 2 visits.
He's already onto them. Straight onto that ball too. He might actually keep the rest in his hand, I think, here. Bit of work for JR to do here. Grant's just got to be really careful here. These all look easy because they're all in the middle of the table, so to speak. But the transitional play just needs to be
20
neat for
seconds.
the next couple of shots at least. Otherwise, he could fall himself out on off angles and heading away from the next transitional shot. So these next two shots are key in my eyes.
1 visit remaining.
So he's not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. He's just not. You want to be in these situations just off straight all the time, so you've got little stun shots, so you can just drag the white in small little areas of the table, because at the end of the day, all these balls link so nicely that you really don't need to move the white ball more than a foot every time. So here's the attempted recovery shot, and it's not bad, but there's still too much angle. So yeah, I guess what I'm getting at is this could be a really basic clinical finish, just with a couple of early key positional shots to transition really easy. Now he's probably going to have to stun centre table, up the table, sorry, for the other yellow, which he's just clipped. See how this can run into trouble really quickly? And this is all because he just didn't land on those straightish angles, just gave himself too much angle. I see a potential little flick off this yellow now, take the white ball up to the bottom left-hand side of the table and restrict the options of Chris Snare.
20 seconds.
Unless there's pots and he's going to keep going. Well, it did pot. He's overcut it though. I'll tell you what, Swifty won't be happy with that shot on the left side table. He just left the red on. But still a bit of work for JR to do. I'm not sure if that black goes now after that shot. But the yellow on the side cushion, he needs to get access to a double. And the red's in the way of the double. So he's got to leave it till last. Tried to cover the hole.
Oh, sorry. Apologise. Sorry, apologise.
And that's the part I think you'll see in the Masters that's different to the Open. The guys in the Open will blast that in, get position, like try and get position on the red and finish the frame or do something. Sitting that ball over the hole that Swifty just played is actually really difficult to do.
Wow, 2 visits. 20 seconds.
Yeah, Chris Nair's actually played the shot that I had mentioned earlier that Grant I felt should have played. It's a nice safe area for both balls. Would love the white ball to have been tight on the back rail there. It's always, when you play a safety and you're leaving distance for your opponent, it's always ideally, getting it hard up on the cushion is always the ideal scenario in most cases anyway. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether Grant's gone for the pot there or if he's tried to double this down to this corner. Given the pace he's played it at and where the white's finished, I'll hazard that he's played the double and played a bit of a safety.
1 visit remaining.
Alright, so we've got some questions coming through on the chat. And this is one that I don't think I've ever been asked. Would I like to fight one humanised duck or 20 duck-sized humans? I think I'll go for the one humanised duck, mate. That way there's only one beak can come at me at a time. Or bill, sorry. Unless I've got a baseball bat, and then I'll take the 20 duck-sized humans and just clean them all up.
1 second.
This should be a commitment here from Swifty. Play this yellow half ball onto the black so it comes away from the black. He's gone the more safe option. So what I'm saying with that shot, if you play it half ball, and what you're doing is you're hitting the yellow onto the black but not full so the yellow stays here. You're actually hitting it, it hits the black and the yellow continues up the table. It plants the other yellow in, you've got middle ball over the pocket to link, you've got your last ball, probably wouldn't have gone to the rail there, and it's a nice simple finish. Oh, that's not ideal. Just over screwed slightly. Or actually underscrewed, trying to get it red inside the yellow. That's a good containing shot. Look at this shot from Grant, good effort. Probably has to play the double now. And here's what I'm talking about. See how that white ball on the bottom rail there is almost hard up on the rail? It is so much more difficult to cue a ball hard up on the rail than what is that's just a little bit off the rail. It makes pots so much more difficult. And
20 seconds.
obviously the idea was to pot that, play the red inside the yellow and black and open up the black. Tough pot though that was. And Chris Nair with a good chance here. Not sure what his plan is off this red near the black. It's going to need to be opened up a little bit.
20 seconds.
Don't know if he can flick it off the black this shot.
20 seconds.
Just plays another safe. Actually, you know what? I reckon that black will go. Fun part here for Grant is he's actually got to make a good pot here and get position. Tough shot this.
20 seconds.
I'm not doing these questions lower. I'm not doing them. What's Swifty up to here? He's going side cushion, isn't he? And great shot from Grant, but here was the problem, was the positional side of play. Geez, have a look at this. I wonder if this black goes inside the yellows now. Still, tough pot to have to play though. Oh, Grant was on this black, but he's missed it. And a big chance for New South Wales and Chris Nair to bridge the gap to 6-2. Geez, I don't agree with this shot. I do not agree with this shot at all. He's trying to jam the black in there to make it inaccessible for the yellows, but this is just not the right shot.
20 seconds.
Absolutely have to take the pot on there. As difficult as it was, you had to take the pot on. There's no choice in the matter. See, this is, I guess this is where I'll probably get, show a small element of frustration. And saying that, obviously that snooker that Chris plays, it's fine, it's a snooker. But the balls are there, take them on. Don't give your opponent a chance to get out of the snooker and fluke the black or...
20 seconds.
See now, right? Chris is actually in a way harder position than what he was previously, when he could have had a very reasonable chance of clearing the table. Now he's in a horrible position. And this is what I'm talking about. If the chance is there, take it on. That's a lovely shot, but it was a shot to nothing also. I do believe this black is on though. So I will answer that question. Can Victoria lose the men open teams? Absolutely they can. You're as good as your last match, and if you turn up to finals and just expect it to all happen and happy days and we've got this because we aren't losing, blah blah blah, that's when you lose. I can promise you, come finals time, Victoria will hit the reset button. In fact, we hit the reset button every match we play. So today, reset button's already been pressed. We start again with 2 matches. Same thing will happen tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. And then when finals come, the reset button will be hit. We will gear up and we will honestly try to play the same brand of pool and level of pool we played throughout the tournament. There's no guarantees at this level, none. And I can guarantee every team has that mindset going into matches and finals. That is a sexy, sexy shot. Very, very nice shot from Chris Nair. He'd actually be really stiff if he's left his heart up on the rail, even though I still think it'll pot. Just makes it a bit trickier. Just because the white would fly. I'll just play this with the touch of left-hand side personally. Just a real small trace. Oh, that was thinner than I thought. He's found the enough. No, he hasn't. But the black, this is a tough pot. That's why I would have actually, That's why I would have played it with a tracer left-hand side, because the white ball just swings around a little more when you're on the black to the corner. You don't actually go near an off thing. You take the. Oh, what am I talking about? I didn't even see this red at the top. I'm off my head. I did not see this red down the bottom of the table. Damn, what am I on? I did not see that. And this is not ideal. This black would have liked a much better positional shot off the red than that, but here's a Robbo-esque black. Taking the middle one by looks of it. Ooh, he's missed it. How's the white ball? How's the object ball? It's not ideal. And this is a really good chance for Grant. Let's say a 7-1. This is for the match, this black.
Yes, touching ball.
And in it goes, an 8-1. And a few missed chances, unfortunately, for New South Wales to keep a closer scoreline, and this match has now slipped away from them. Now you're just playing for a bit of percentage if you're SA and a bit of pride if you're New South Wales, just to try and keep yourself in touch. Maybe that's why I'm calling stuff better, mate. Did you really? Dan's actually elevated the cameras a bit higher so I can actually call stuff better, because apparently when they're higher I'm better at it. Good man, Dan. I've got about 20 minutes left of me, guys. I've got to go get ready to play. I'm playing at 3 o'clock. I think Victoria's playing Tassie. Actually, that should be a sick match. And then we're playing WA afterwards. So it's a big day for the Vic boys, because we're playing two teams that are very much in contention for finals. And obviously I hate to sound biased, but obviously I only know what's going on in Victoria's camp. I don't know what's going on in the other camp, so I'll only speak about the camp I'm aware of. That's a good shot. Lovely shot. An automatic cannon here as well, but the natural angle looks like he's just catching the red a little low. Would like to stun into the black first. Yeah, he's caught it a bit low. I don't think he would have actually landed like that if he got the pot. I think he would have actually caught it even lower because he's undercut the shot.
Seconds.
It's a nice pot from Michael. And he's in complete control here. Lower 4-2, 4-2. You either know who I am and I don't know who you are, and know that I barrack for Richmond, and you've said that intentionally, or it's just really unlucky that I'm a Richmond supporter and you've said that. But this has been a really fun Nationals. What I love about it is there's so many teams that can compete this year compared to many other years. And look, as a Vic member, we've got a massive target on our backs this year. We're going for 4 in a row, and no one likes winners winning. Everyone likes underdogs winning, or people that haven't been winning. It's just a nature thing. And I can guarantee you if it was SA that had won 3 in a row, everyone would be on the Victorian bandwagon going, you know, everyone needs to beat SA, or whichever state it might be. It's just the way it is, and it's good. It creates competitive nature and rivalry. I love it. So Michael Phillips here has got to leave his yellow over the hole till last. Should be okay though if he can just. He's got to play this shot though off right side cushion, bottom cushion, and find the area of table where if you draw a line between the black and the yellow. He's gone safety. And I think this is the difference actually between the Masters and the Open is the shot making. You know, the positional play, the willingness to, you know, play off multiple cushions and play, I guess what you could say, the bigger shots. As I said, a lot of these guys probably played like that in their prime. And, you know, obviously as the foot gets taken for pedal, the less hours get put on the table, just natural age catches up with you. And this is no disrespect, because I actually have a huge respect for a lot of the guys playing Masters, because I looked up to a lot of them when I was younger. But look, I'm getting the awards there as well. I'm probably going to start doing more of this. I've tried to get more aggressive as I've gotten older. It doesn't always work. This time Michael will be forced to commit unless he doesn't like the screwback shot off this yellow. This can be messed up by anyone, this shot. Anyone. You don't cue the ball right, you don't, you know, accidentally lift your head, don't screw back. See, that's not ideal. You're on the cushion cueing a sort of just under half ball shot into the middle. But still makeable. Missed it by a mile, but he's got a bit of safety on the white. That's a sick result actually. Yes, Rusty did go home. I don't know the reasoning behind it, so don't ask. That's a good shot, but unfortunate. I'd love to have not popped that. If you want to know the answers, ask the man himself. Like, I'm not going to get involved in New South Wales' business. It's up to them to sort out and deal with.
That's a great shot.
Oh, Greeny's not got the snooker there, and he's left his black on. Well, that's just moved on him a little bit. So a last hurrah here for Greeny. Big shot up the rail or the face cut double, which one everyone is more comfortable with. Taking on a long pot, and that looks pretty good, and that's wide. So simple black here for Michael Phillips, and this will extend the lead to 9-1, and the end of the round. And this is where I'll take my leave, folks. Go get ready for the match. We'll definitely be back for the singles semi-finals tonight to commentate. So tune into the men's teams coming up, and tune into the singles semi-finals. There'll be a male and a female match on the two cue ball TV tables, and the same deal on the AEBF tables. I know for a fact that the balls that Alec is, the table that Alec is pulling the balls out of at the moment is the match that will be Robbo and Kale. Should be a cracker match that. Kale's hit the ball real nice, and obviously Robbo's playing pretty well himself. And I'm not sure which ladies match will be on this stream. I'm going to guess it might be Lyndall and Katrina, because I'm pretty sure Lyndall's played a couple of matches on the other stream tables, but we'll wait and see what happens. But until then, enjoy what you're watching on screen. Enjoy the rest of these Masters series, and I'll see you on commentary at 8 PM. And maybe we'll see you on the tables at 3 o'clock. Till then, see you guys.
Yeah.
You come over off the rail, and that was a bit cruel. If that had Jordan, well, you had to hit it firmly so the watch was on the floor and go around the
Hope on your face. Yellow in play.
Red team plus.
Second. Foul, 2 visits. Seconds. 1 visit remaining. 20 seconds.
Around the green.
Great shot. Great shot.
Total snooker?
Yes, total. Granted. Second up, crowd 2 minutes.
Thank you.
One visit remaining.
Yellow not frozen, brother.
20 seconds.
Come on, Bruce.
Come on, Chris.
This yellow not frozen, green.
Pop over. Out. 2 visits. remaining.
Are you frozen?
No.
How? Second.
Seconds. Seconds. Seconds.
Still 2 business training?
One visit remaining. Yellow.
Cut the middle in there.
Hey.
20 seconds.
Home table. Red ball in play. Yep. Seconds. Seconds.
Come on, bud. 20 seconds.
Seconds. One visit remaining.
Touch it.
No, I'm done. Not frozen, not touched. Two visits. One visit remaining.
Yes, Stacey.
20 seconds.
Not clean, come on mate, it's not clean.
Foul. Two visits. Foul snooker. Yellow nominated. All potters. Visit remain.
Yellow ball's in play. 20 seconds.
And then,
Come Mike. Come Blues.
Come on, come on.
Now, 2 visits yellow. Second visit. Foul. Zero. Seconds. Second visit.
Come on, Mike.
Come on.
Great shot. Come Mike. Come on. Come Mike. Oh, it just went sorry. Hey, guess what? I'm not moving. Got the lollies on.
New South Wales, 3 cheers for SA. Hip hip. Hey! Hip hip. Hey! Hip hip. Hey! SA, 3 cheers for New South Wales. Hip hip. Hey! Hip hip. Hey! Hip hip. Hey! Yeah,